So this is all right. So this is me on a Monday. Okay, so this is the trade I took on a Monday. I'm recording this particularly on a Thursday. Now, the reason for which I'm recording it today, being Thursday, is because the idea came to me to actually share this today, which is Thursday. But this is the trade I took on Monday, and it's important that I share it while I share other, you know, trades that I've taken after Thursday and then on Thursday as well. Okay, so this is Monday. I want to take you through. It's unfortunate that I did not take screenshots of the trade playing out, but let me just show you. Let me just show you what was on my mind while this trade was running. Okay, so here's what I want you to see. Previously, that's the previous week, I had lost 4 trades. Now, this was Friday. I want you to pay attention to this. This was Friday. On Friday, I lost a trade. On Thursday, I lost a trade. On Wednesday, I made a profit. Now, here's what I want you to see on Wednesday, which of the previous week. And that was on the, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, on Thursday on the 10th, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, this was Wednesday rather. I was so close to my stop loss. I was this close to getting stopped out. This close. Now, here's what I want you to see. Monday, sorry, this is Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. Tuesday was a loss, and then Monday was a loss. Now, the reason for which I'm sharing this with you is this. I had lost 4 trades in the previous week. So I lost on Monday, I lost on Tuesday. On Wednesday, I was close to losing. Now you can imagine what was on my mind: losing on Monday, losing on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday about to lose. So this was the risk reward ratio of 1 to 3, and I got this trade, right? And then on Thursday, I lost again. On Friday, I lost again. So basically, I lost 4 trades and I won just 1 trade. Now, we're going to do some calculation. So we're going to do some calculation so you see yourself. Now, here's the idea. You see, if you have an account of $500, this is just an example, right? And then you lost on Monday, you lost on Tuesday. The average trader will most likely not trade on Wednesday because of the fear of losing 2 days. And this is one of the mistakes most traders make. You lose on Monday, you lose on Tuesday, you have no idea what happens on Wednesday. You see, this is one of the problems I've always had with wanting a strategy that works, because there is no strategy that works 100% of the time. There will always be a time where there will be losing streaks. You cannot avoid it completely. So the earlier you learn about that, the better for you. All right, so this is me losing $100. This is an example. Like I said, I don't want to show the amount of money that I lost or I won, except probably on special occasions. But I want you to be more focused on the process, the idea behind the trades. The process behind the trades. What my emotions were like while the trades were going. I want you to pay attention to what happens in the mind of the trader rather than the results, because the results have really made a mess of most traders that I have come to know, even in person. All right, so this is Monday loss, Tuesday loss. Wednesday, I had $300. Okay, then I lost on Thursday, I lost on Friday. So making me have $400 in my trading account. Now, from the outside, if someone comes to you and tell you, oh boy, you lost 4 trades in a week, that's a bad trader. You must be a bad trader. But just look at this. You only lost $100, even though you lost 4 trades. That's equivalent to losing just 1 trade. That's how I want you to think as a trader. All right. Now, the fact that you lost only $100 does not mean that the effect of having 4 losses that week is not real, and you can most likely carry that pain, or you can carry that the knowledge of your losses into the new week, and that's terrible. Okay, now let's get back to the chart. All right, seeing that I lost 4 trades the previous week and won only one, definitely was very optimistic about this trade. And when I took the trade, which was on London session, the trade started moving in my favor very interestingly. Unfortunately, the trade went this level, right? We were able to make this move right there, and then we started coming down. And of course, you know the kind of panic that happens to traders when this kind of stuff start happening. But I'm mechanical, I don't want it to get to me. And I waited it out, and then we had this push. Now at this point, the market began to do something crazy. Like you can see closely, you see how the market got very close to my take profit right there. This was so close, and then moved back downwards. I did not close my trade. I know some of you will say, oh, you should have closed your trade, or you were being greedy. No, I was not being greedy. I'm testing a system. I want to be sure that if I'm able to keep up with this system for a long period of time, I will be profitable. And I do not want to in any way break that momentum. I do not want to break that system that I've actually promised myself that I will keep. You see, the moment you start, the moment you break your trading system, or you break a promise to yourself, it is easier to break more promises to yourself. Hopefully in the coming videos, I will talk about how the disciplines in other areas of your life can also affect your trading discipline. But so that I don't say everything that I need to say here, this was so close to my take profit, and then we saw this new candle come out and was very close to my take profit. Now here's the thing, as I said before, if you checked my last video, once the trade gets to 1 to 2, I move my stop loss to break even. But what happened here was a little too interesting. So I had this trade on break even, and the trade was moving straight down to my break even area right there, and it felt really bad. A trade that was so close. This was already giving me 2.98 R. Yeah, because if I was risking $100 on this trade, I definitely would have made if I would have had a floating profit of about 295 or thereabout on this trade. It's unfortunate, but this trade moved back down, and I saw that this was getting so close to my break even, and so I actually closed this trade. Yeah, somehow I shouldn't have closed this trade because it didn't align with my trading system. But here's what happened. Seeing that I lost 4 trades in the previous week, I needed to at least compensate myself with just a little bit of profit, and that's exactly what I did. I know this was not entirely right based on my trading system. I know you might look at it and say, well, I closed a little bit. Not so much. I closed halfway the amount of money I was risking. So if I was risking $100 here, I only closed $50 when I could have closed the trade at 298. So this is one of the pains that you have as a trader. Now here's the thing, be very conscious and be very cautious of how much this level of pain can move into a new day. If you're not careful, you're most likely going to be irrational and trade the next day like you are gambling and just make a mess of the new day. This thing is one of the things most traders don't pay attention to. The pain of yesterday can affect your profitability of the new day. So once a trade has closed, let it be the past and focus on the new trade. All right, so I think I've been able to say so much about this trade. So let's get straight to the next trade. You can check the next video. I think this is trade number if I'm not mistaken, this should be trade number 15. Yeah, trade number 15. So tomorrow, of course not tomorrow because I'm recording this on Thursday, Tuesday, which is going to be the next trade, which is going to be trade 16, and I'm going to show you what the trade actually looked like. All right, I'll see you in the next video.